Hey there, it's Lyndon Holdeman, Holden Realty Group, and for 20 plus years I've been helping buyers, sellers, and real estate investors buy and sell real estate in the greater Las Vegas area. Today it's April 22nd, and we're recording our end of the first quarter market update and also some information on what's going on in the real estate industry right now. And this is primarily targeted at our past clients and referral sources and business-to-business partners that we work with closely. Just want to make sure you're all aware of what's going on in the industry, where we're at, where prices are, interest rates, commission lawsuits, everything, all of the above. We're going to talk about that in the next couple minutes. So first and foremost, where are we at in the market? Just checking out some data on my board here. We are at the end of March. March of 2024, we had 2,082 single-family resale homes that sold. Now that's 11.8% less units than were sold in March of 2023. New listings is up for the same period. 2,724 was the amount of new listings in March of this year, 6.2% higher than a year ago. Number of units available to purchase at the end of the month was 3,323, which that's a 20.8% decrease from what we had a year ago. The median price kind of, because of low inventory and buyers wanting to purchase and not as many sellers selling. Actually, there are more sellers selling, but there's a significant amount of more buyers buying, even though interest rates are significantly higher than what we'd like to see. But as of the end of March, the median price was $465,000, and that's 9.4% higher than March of 2023. So that's a significant increase in valuation of homes, especially in the median price range. And so that's a significant move, which, by the way, values have continued to go up, continued to strengthen even this year since the start of the year. And so we're seeing the market's very robust. It's strong. Sellers are realizing that they might lose out if they don't sell, and so a lot of sellers are choosing to sell. Like I said, there's 6.2% more sellers put their homes on the market than a year ago, but our inventory is still really low. It's definitely a seller's market. The market's staying strong. There's an effective amount of inventory that's available is only about 1.6 months, a little over 1.5 months of inventory. We're running right around the 7-week range. We have been for some time. That's not a lot of inventory, folks. And so just be aware that the market's strong. Interest rates are in the 7s. We were hoping they would stay in the low 6s or stay down in the low 6s and maybe even hit the 5s. Not as many people are thinking that's going to happen at this point. We're at the end of last week. We were at 7.4 for a 30-year fixed rate mortgage interest rate. We were down in the 6s, and we were hoping that would stay. The Fed's short-term rate, we were hoping that they would continue to cut rates this year, but inflation has proved to be pretty strong, resilient, and still keeping high inflation. So the Feds are scared to reduce interest rates too much, and which indirectly, as you know, if you listened to my reports before, the Fed rate is not the mortgage rate, but what the Feds do with the short-term borrowing rate does affect mortgage-backed securities and the stock market, and of course that affects what happens in the mortgage interest rate, which we're obviously paying attention to and we're aware of. And so we're hoping that rates will come down some, but we're not really optimistic that it's going to change dramatically this year. In fact, the Feds have signaled they're not going to cut rates most likely the rest of the year. Probably aren't going to raise rates, hallelujah, but the market is still staying in that area that we're not super excited about. So that's where interest rates are. Lastly, I'm sure you've heard something about what's going on. There's been several real estate commission related lawsuits that have happened or been settled over the last 6 months or so. Especially the National Association of Realtors came out and did a big settlement about a month ago, which is definitely affecting the industry. I'm not going to get into a lot of the details, and partly because a lot of this is still in flux, but I wanted to share it with our inner circle and just let you know kind of where we're at and my opinion on it real quick. I do believe that in the end, this is going to be a really good thing for the industry. It's definitely causing more transparency. Both buyers and sellers are going to be even more clear than ever We've always been very upfront with where the money's going and where the money comes from, but there were some agents that weren't probably doing their job quite as cleanly as they should have, and so which has caused this all to happen. And so bottom line is we don't know the final for sure. The judge hasn't signed off on everything, but it looks like commissions are going to be broadcast differently the way it is now in the MLS. If you're working with a buyer's agent, they know exactly what the seller's offering them as a commission co-op, we call it, and that is changing. That's going to change to where that will no longer be listed the way it is. It doesn't mean that sellers won't offer or aren't going to be able to offer buyer agent commission as an incentive as part of the marketing, and it probably still will, but it's just going to be something that's going to have to be negotiated. It's going to be very upfront, very open, very transparent, where that money's coming from, how an agent's getting paid, and so on. And so I really believe that's great for the industry. What's super important about this, and I'll start to wrap up, is it's more important than ever that you're working with an experienced, knowledgeable agent that understands the market, understands how to negotiate, and how to make sure that you as our client are protected and putting as much money in your pocket as possible. And so I hope that you'll reach out to us if you have any questions. When we talk next, we try to stay in touch with each of you that are listening to this on a very regular basis. But next time we talk, I'd love to have a conversation if you'd like to chat. Whenever we talk about buying or selling real estate, obviously it'll be front and center. We'll talk about it then as well. But just rest assured that we're here to serve you. We're here to help you. We're here to be a resource for you. And we expect to always be a key part of you in your life. So if you want to click on the calendar link below, if you just want to have a quick conversation with me about some of this, you can always schedule a 15-minute call. Just get on my calendar. Love to have that conversation with you if the timing's right. Reach out, talk to me anytime. Hope you're having a great 2024. And if I don't talk to you live, have a great late or early summer, which we're in, and into the summer. And we'll take things from there. It's going to be a great year. If you want to buy or sell real estate, let's talk about that. Lyndon Holdeman, Holdeman Realty Group. Talk to you real soon.